Hello, this is Mark Vogel. I'm here to do my analysis on Google Docs, and I felt it would be appropriate to type up my analysis on Google Docs and just kind of read it through here and just kind of go with it. All right, well, first off, Google Docs. Google offers many web-based office tools and software that are beneficial to many different professions. Google Docs is one of the useful applications that Google offers, and it is a very popular tool that many students and teachers are familiar with. This tool is fairly easy to use and has many benefits, especially in education. I have had experience with Google Docs both as a teacher and as a grad student. This tool is very similar to Microsoft Word in the fact that they are both able to produce documents. However, Google Docs is much more easier when it comes to collaborating and sharing information with others. Google Docs is a tool that can be incorporated into almost any online course. Along with Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Forms, Google Slides, and Google Hangouts are all other applications that would be beneficial to incorporate in an online class depending on the assignment. There are many benefits to using Google Docs in an online course. As I mentioned earlier, it is fairly easy to use and navigate through. All a user needs is to have a Google account. Creating a Google account is easy and free. Providing meaningful feedback in a timely manner is essential, especially in an online course. Google Docs makes this possible, and the teacher can easily make comments in different colors throughout the document. It is also very easy for a student to share the document with their peers and the teacher. This is much easier than having to save the document and add it as an attachment, then email it to other people. Then the person receiving the email would have to open the document. When it comes to saving, Google Docs automatically saves after any edit has been made to the document. This offers an efficient way for students to work on a document together at one time without having to email back and forth and resave and rename different versions. You can also use add-ons in Google Docs, which offers additional services in Google Docs software such as a bibliography creator, charts, template gallery, clip art finder, and much more. Real quick, I'm just going to show you how you can actually put comments on here. So if a teacher wanted to highlight a paragraph and say, they can click on this comment button here, they can say great ideas here, and then they can comment, and then actually just post it. Then actually the student or somebody else could reply and say something back. And if say they just wanted to do, they want to delete that by accident, delete. If they just wanted to do just that sentence, maybe it was a good idea. They can put a little comment there and say great point here or whatever they want to say about that. So again, it's really quick, easy feedback for students to get from a teacher. The synchronous aspects of Google Docs include listing ideas, making connections, maintaining team member involvement, and archiving for later review. It is accessible on any computer with internet access, meaning forgetting your laptop or your computer crashing will not affect your productivity. Multiple users can edit the document at a time, which makes this tool a real-time application. Google Docs also falls under asynchronous tools in the fact that there can be multiple authors along with product development. So when you share the document with others, you can actually just click up here on share and type in email addresses who you want to share with. Here I shared it with my girlfriend because she was actually editing it for me and kind of checking my grammar real quick. So when you see up top here will be the other people who can edit it. The top toolbar upstairs here looks exactly kind of very similar to what you would see on Microsoft Word. So anyone who's familiar with Microsoft Word would be able to fairly easy pick up how to use Google Docs. When it comes to my blended Algebra 1 course, I would use Google Docs in many ways. After observing Table 5.3 on pages 109 and 110 in the course textbook, it was easy to link how Google Docs can be incorporated to an online course. Reflection is one of the collaborative outcomes that would be a result in my online course. I currently have my students fill out a paper in class about what they enjoyed about the class, which assignments they did not enjoy, and what, if anything, they would change for the future courses. I would create this form online for the students to fill out so they could easily share their responses with me. Secondly, I would create a KWL chart in a document at the beginning of the course and have all the students fill out the same chart. Since every course you teach is different and each class has different interests, this will provide myself with a good idea with what the students want to learn about and where to guide their learning. The KWL chart would act as an ongoing learning log, as the students could revisit this form throughout the course to fill out the learned column. This would be beneficial to both the students and myself because I can easily see all of their responses in one form, and the students can see what they learned compared to what their peers have learned. So real quick, all you have to do is go up to table here, insert table, and I could create a 3x2, 3 columns by 2 rows, and I could do the know what they already know, what they want to know, and what they want to learn. So I mean, each student could add something here, and they want to know, they already know their algebraic facts, and then if a student wants to know how the content relates to the medical field, and then at the end of the course or throughout the course they can actually edit it and say how they actually found out how the content does relate to the medical field. An assignment that I had my students create in the past is the properties project. My students are required to incorporate their hobbies and interests outside of school while demonstrating their content knowledge of the algebraic properties. In the past, I have had students create their projects by hand or by using Microsoft Word. In my online course, I could have the students create their projects on Google Docs and share them with me so I can easily provide feedback on the Google Doc. So real quick, here's an example of the one I show my students at the beginning of the course for Algebra 1. So it's basically they just show the properties and they incorporate anything they enjoy. So I showed my interest in Philadelphia sports. I like food, so I put cheesesteaks in here, and then you have the Liberty Bell and the Art Museum. So I think this would be a cool idea for students to create this project on Google Docs, and it really will show their both content knowledge and also their interest at the beginning of the course. Finally, I took a grad course through Wilkes University called Project-Based Learning. PBL is a great strategy to incorporate to online courses to promote collaboration while providing the students with opportunities to understand the relevance of the content. In Table 5.3, the collaborative opportunities to understand the relevance, in Table 5.3, the collaborative outcomes of outreach and authentic learning experiences along with product development are results of PBL. Students and groups can easily collect and share data through Google Forms or Google Sheets while working collaboratively by creating a Google Doc as their learning log. Thank you.